All right, we are going to start with a song, and then I'm going to give away 2 fun DVDs. Let's everybody say, anyone eating cookies, come now. Anyone eating cookies, come now. I was able to get 2 cookies down. Everyone in their seats, stand up. We're going to teach you a song while we wait for the others. I actually do need some helpers for the song. Well, you're welcome. Come to the front. Let's have the kids come to the front quickly.
Okay, everybody stretch. We've had a long sit and we had a walk around at the side there just now and praying, and that's good. And we've had a couple minutes break. We've got to work off the cookie. So 2 cookies or 3 cookies or okay, 2 cookies and a banana. So kids, this is what you got to do. I need who offered just now? Sophie. Where was Sophie? I thought Sophie put her hand up just now. I need a couple kids on the stage. Come up here quickly. And what we're going to do is, you've got to know the song already. Now, moms and dads, we are going to release you from, you've got to sing the words, but you don't have to do the actions yet.
Oh, Darren, that's the most fun part.
Well, they'll hurt themselves on the chairs, yes. Okay, that's what we're going to do. This very difficult. It goes, Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. You see, parents, that's why we don't really expect you to do the actions. But if you want to do it and get with us, you can do that. And that's one of the reasons why I play the guitar. Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Down low. And what? Yeah, but we'll get there just now. Okay. What are you going to say? Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Okay, stay down and just listen to the words. It's higher than the heavens, the stars in the sky. It goes down deeper than the deep blue sea. Wider than the wild west is to the east. Wide, wide, high, low, wonderful love. Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Now we're going to sing it again, but I want you to, Danielle knows this one, hey? We did this a year ago. I want you to sing as loud as you can, but I don't want to hear anything coming out of your mouths. Does that make sense? So you got to sing. Okay, you got to do the actions and sing as loud as you can, but with absolutely nothing coming out. Are you ready? 1, 2, 4. You're way too on the ball. It's higher than the heavens, the stars in the sky. It goes down deeper than the deep blue sea. Wider than the wild west is to the east. It's a wide, wide, high, low, wonderful love. Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Jesus' love is high, 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 and wide, 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 and deep down low. We're going to do it one more time, and we're going to see if I can play it and sing it faster than you can do the actions. Are you ready? Now, kids, you got to tell your moms and dads they have to do this time. This is the one that's... No. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm done.
Mr. Darren.
Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Jesus' love is high, 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 wide, 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 and deep down low. Yeah, give yourselves a hand. Whoa, well done. You can go back to your seats. Thank you.
Okay, let's give away some prizes. I was meant to do this yesterday, but gee whiz, yesterday was so busy. I'm just giving away 2 DVDs. Where are those DVDs? That would be a good thing to give away if I knew where they were. No? They could be in the front row somewhere, Kirsten. Well, if you won one of these, come to me after the session and I will give you. They are just, there's a minister, or what is his name? He is a ventriloquist called Tom Toombs, and he came and did some ministry at our church about a year ago. So I just want you to look under your chairs. So now it has to be your chair, can't be the chair next to you. There are 2 people who've got a blue sign that says winner. Okay? So it has to be your chair. If it's not, later on we'll look up to see. So it has to be under your chair. Oh, we have one winner here. Anyone else? There's actually someone in that area, I think, yesterday. Oh, good. So this is a winner. Well done. What's your name?
Nathan.
Well, Nathan, you come back a little bit later and I'll give you your DVD, okay? All right. Anybody else? Oh, we have a winner over there. So good. Is that Renee? Who won it? Chris? Oh, Dad did. Okay, so 2 of you come back a little bit later. All right. I want you to be looking at me. I'm going to go through announcements so quickly because Anthony is going to come and he's going to be teaching us on something very important and he needs all the time. So be listening, okay? Anyone in the drama workshop, wave at me. And parents need to be listening. Parents of children in a drama workshop, okay? We've changed the venue. The reason why to change a venue is because hip-hop and rap are right next to drama. And Mr. Anthony, you must have been having so much fun yesterday. But the drama teacher said, hey, we need to move. So the drama workshop is moving to this room underneath the... Is there an exit sign there, Anthony? I used to always tell someone to go to the exit sign. There's a room back there. So everybody point back there and say drama. Did you say drama or did you say drama? You say drama back there, okay? So that will be at the workshop. That starts at 3:30. The drama workshop's there. DVDs. We have for all our sessions, you can either purchase a single DVD or you can actually buy the set for the week. So if you're wanting all the sessions on DVD, we need you to order today. If you want to take the set or even individuals, if you want these to be ready for you to take home tomorrow, you need to pre-order them today at the latest in the Resource Center, okay? If tomorrow you decided that, hey, you know what, I actually want to get the DVD of Anthony when he was speaking on honoring, tomorrow is going to be too late for you to take it home. You can still order it, but you'll have to wait for it to come in the mail. So everybody say today. Okay, today is the day. By the end of today, go to the Resource Center and you can either order individual or you can order the whole set. Okay. This is the first time our photo's ever been on one. I feel quite overwhelmed. No, I'm kidding. I'm going like, oh. All right. What can I tell you else that you need to know? We have made extra space for people to have lunch. Yesterday, we didn't think that, there's only about 70 people signed up for the meal plan, but the rest of you all brought your lunch, and we never considered that fact. So what we've done is we've opened up an area where our School of Ministry will go and eat. So actually everyone, there should be enough space for you to eat in the cafeteria today. Even, if you brought your own lunch, you can still get comfortable there. And remember to keep things tidy, okay? The kids are doing awesome with throwing away water bottles. We're very, very proud of our children and the adults that are helping them. Tonight is Anthony. Actually, tonight is the whole youth flavor. Okay, we're going to have our youth network band. So it's the band that is actually going to be playing at Fresh Wind, which is our youth conference. They're going to be here. They're an awesome group. So this is like a practice in a way, but they lead worship with us a lot on Sunday mornings. But it's going to be our youth band. We've got Anthony, who's our youth pastor, preaching. We have the youth dance team. They're going to be dancing. I nearly said something I shouldn't say. They're going to be dancing. So very much a youth flavor. So it is all generational. We really encourage you to be there. Obviously, parents, we realize that if you've got little kids, they're exhausted by the end of the day after being in that VBS. Even my daughter fell asleep on us last night. If you've got testimonies, fill them out on a pink sheet. Hand them in at the reception desk in the lobby. I think. Okay, tomorrow, if any of you are needing parking, please do not park in the church across the road in their parking lot, okay? Please keep parking either here or in the overflow up the road, but not in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. They don't get very happy with us. But, okay, I think that's it for the moment. A little bit later, I do want to, if you're interested in some really good literature, moms, for girls, I'm going to put out a display. We have a Life of Faith Girls Club in our church, and the books that these girls read, I encourage parents to all get them, okay? So I'm not going to talk much about it now, but if you're interested in the books that we do this club around, I'm going to put some of the books out there. They're novels, but come and have a look. That'll be at 1:30. Our table will be open. Okay, Anthony. Where is Pastor Anthony? There he is. Yes, give him a clap. You can ask for his autograph later because he's actually on TV, okay? You know, I've only seen you once, Anthony. But that's, you know, I mean, maybe because it's the afternoon shows when I'm trying to do my laundry, and, you know, the kids will say, hey, Mr. Anthony's been on. But Anthony's been with us for just over a year. He first came and volunteered in kids ministry. Hey, well, I was excited. And then he went to the youth. But we're very excited, and we're very blessed to have you, Anthony. So you're going to use this?
No, I'm going to use that.
Okay, you're going to use this.
Thank you, Daphne. Can we give Daphne a big round of applause? She's been doing such a great job. It's true. Well, I am really excited to be speaking about the message that I'm speaking on today. It's called The Importance of Forgiveness. And it's a message that our founding pastor, John Arnott, has taken all around the world. And I first heard this message about 2 years ago, and it completely transformed my life. It really did. And I know that it can do the same for you today. And the angle that we're coming at it today in is the angle of families. How many people know that even if you live in a great family, from time to time, you might get hurt? Put your hands up if you know that. Now, how many people know that even if you have wonderful brothers and sisters that you really love a lot, from time to time, they can be a bit of a pain, and they can hurt you too? Whoa, the hands went up a lot faster that time. Okay. How many people here have brothers? Can you just put your hand up if you have a brother? Okay. And how many have sisters? Okay, I see. All right. Interesting. Okay, well, today we're going to be talking about the role of the brothers and the sisters and the mothers and the fathers, and how everyone can get on everyone's nerves, but everybody has got to be rich in forgiveness. So today it's all about forgiveness. A lot of what I'm speaking just comes directly from John Arnott's message on forgiveness, and if you ever get a chance to hear him preach it, I recommend that you do that. But let me start like this. How many people know that the Bible is divided into two major sections? And what are those two sections called? You right here. It's Daniel, right? Yeah. The Old Testament and the New Testament. That is right. Now, the major difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament is this. In the Old Testament, there was a thing called the law. Okay? Now, what the law was this. The law said, if someone punches out your eye, you can go and punch out their eye. If someone punches out your tooth, you can go and punch out their tooth. Now, this, although it's very cruel, it's actually fair. You got your eye punched out, so you can go and punch out someone else's eye. Leslie, why don't you come up here and punch my eye out? I mean, pretend to punch my eye out. Okay, come on, here we go. Boom! Oh, I get hit, and now I lose an eye. But now I can go back to Leslie. Now, I would never do this in real life. And I can go and punch her eye out. Now, if this was real theater, you actually went the wrong way there, because I was punching this way. You'd have to go that way. But Jillian is doing the drama session. You should maybe join her when we do the workshops over there. Oh, I'm just having fun, Leslie. And so, the law, where we get things like an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, that's this level of justice. That's this level of the law. And you can go around and make things right when someone wrongs you. And every time you get hurt, you can go and hurt someone else. And I'll be honest with you. Hey, there's times in my life that someone hurts me, and I want to hurt them back. I mean, maybe not physically. I'm not really a violent guy. But, I mean, maybe someone is spreading bad rumors about me. And someone comes to me and says, hey, did you hear? Did you hear what Daniel's saying about you? Not you, Daniel. He said that you're a liar. And sometimes my first instinct is to say, oh, yeah? Well, Daniel's really stupid. Not you, Daniel, and I'm sorry that I said that word. I don't like that word, stupid, but I said it for a reason. Because it's here when we get hurt that we tend to want to hurt other people. Has anyone else ever felt like that? You got hurt and you want to hurt someone else? Well, that's this whole level of justice, and you getting justice for yourself. That happens here in the area of the law. Now, there's one major problem with justice. An eye for an eye will leave the whole world blind.
and a tooth for a tooth will leave us all drinking from straws with our mouth closed. You can just, which is fun on one hand, but then on the other hand, it's not. And it's not cool. So this area of justice that feels so good and that so many of us go to automatically actually brings really bad consequences. And in this area of justice, you get everything that's coming to you. And all the bad things that you've done to people, well, all that stuff is coming on you. And so that all happens in this area of justice and of the law. Now, there is some forms of justice that are very good. I mean, how many people are happy that we have a police force? Right? I mean, we can't have dangerous criminals running free. So today we're going to be speaking about forgiveness, but there is an area of justice that is still alive today and alive and well, and I'm thankful that we don't live in anarchy. There's some countries where the police force is maybe so corrupt or maybe doesn't have the authority, and the people live in absolute anarchy, and they're scared to go out on the streets at night. I'm thankful to live in a place with a strong police force where dangerous criminals can be sent to jail, in a place where hopefully, too, that they can, a correctional facility where they can be corrected and where they can turn their life around. But dangerous criminals obviously don't belong on the street. So I'm thankful for justice on that level. But today, we're going to be speaking about our role in justice and in grace. Now, Jesus Christ came 2,000 years ago. And of course, when Jesus came, that's the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament. In the Old Testament, that was a time of law. That was a time of an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. When Jesus came, he brought a new way, a new and living covenant, and that is the New Testament. Now, here's what Jesus did. God is looking down on earth, and he's seeing how everyone is making mistakes, how everyone is in sin. He said we shouldn't lie, but the fact is, has anyone here ever lied? Can you just put your hand up if you've ever lied before? I will too. And so God's here looking at all these hands and he's saying, well, my precious children, I love them so much, but unfortunately, they've all sinned. They've all known that they should do right and they've done wrong. They've all stolen or lied or hurt people or cheated. And so God looked at all this sin. And because God is just and God is fair, he cannot let sin go unpunished. I mean, can you imagine? I'm seeing trucks speed by out here. Can you imagine what would happen if the police said, well, hey, the speed limit out here on Atwell Road is 60 kilometers an hour, but we won't enforce that law at all. So if you speed, there'll be no consequence for breaking that law. Well, what would happen? Well, what do you guys think would happen if the police said, well, the speed limit's 80, but that's just a suggestion. You can go whatever speed you want. What would happen? Leah, what do you think would happen? There would be accidents. That's right. It's true. I mean, people would be driving so recklessly out there because there has to be a penalty for breaking the law. Otherwise, there's no point to having a law. And so God's law, where he taught us good things like don't lie, don't steal, don't hurt people. There is a penalty for breaking his law. And that penalty is being away from him forever. And being away from God forever, well, that's hell. And so God has to punish sin. He has to. But he loves you so much that he doesn't want to punish you. He doesn't want to live a lifetime without you. That thought would destroy him because he loves you so much. So here's what he did. He sent his son Jesus to come to earth to live in this level of the law. And Jesus lived a perfect life. He never sinned once. And now, because Jesus lived a perfect life, he doesn't have to pay any penalty for any sin. But instead of just getting the reward for being really good, I don't know about you, but when I'm good, I like to get a reward. But Jesus, he was so good, but instead of getting a reward for being good, he said, I'm going to take your penalty. So every sin that you did, the penalty that sin brings, Jesus said, I'll take it. I'll take it upon myself. And he took the sins of the whole world upon himself. And though he was perfect, yet he died like a criminal, hanging on a tree. He took every curse, every punishment, and he died with all that sin upon him. And he brought that sin down to hell where sin belongs. People don't belong there. Sin belongs there. Duncan Smith taught me that, and I just said, wow, that's amazing. Did you know God never made hell for people? He didn't. He made hell for the devil, and he made hell for sin, so that heaven can be a place without sin. So, Jesus took all that sin upon himself on the cross, and he brought that sin down to hell. But the forces of hell could not hold Jesus. You see, how can death hold the author of life? And so Jesus triumphed over death, triumphed over the grave, and he rose from the dead apart from all that sin. He left the sin in hell, and he himself came out. And he came out with the reward that he gave to you and me. And that is, he brought us up to this realm, to this level of grace. And in this level of grace that Jesus brings us to, we receive his reward for being so good. I mean, can you imagine that? Picture this. You're in class, okay? And someone in the back of the room spills glue all over the desk in the back. And the glue is now stuck to the desk. And you saw who did it. And the teacher doesn't know who did it. And the teacher says, listen, unless the person that spilled the glue on the desk fesses up and says that they did it, then this whole classroom is going to stay behind here for recess. And everyone's like, oh, no. But the person that spilled the glue, they don't want to fess up. And the whole class is going to be left behind. But you, even though you didn't do anything wrong, you put your hand up and say, you know what, I'll take responsibility for that glue. I'll clean it up. Teacher says, okay, good. And the teacher lets everyone else go to recess while you, that didn't do anything, have to stay behind and clean up that desk. Well, now that's just a little picture of what Jesus did for us. He came, lived a perfect life, but then gave his reward to us. And he took the penalty for the bad things that we've done. He took it and he paid for that consequence himself. And so what he did is he brought all of us with him up to this realm of grace. Now what happens in grace is that we get what we don't deserve. We get his reward. I mean, grace, this level, is where the river of God flows. Here's where forgiveness of sins flows. Here's where mercy and grace flows. Here's where love abounds and peace reigns. Here's where we have joy and comfort. Here's where the healing happens. Here's where miracles happen. It all happens here in the river of God. And it exists only in grace. So, when we believe in Jesus, because that's the only thing we have to do, is just believe in Jesus. Is just say, Jesus, I thank you that you came and you paid the penalty for my sins. And as we believe in him, he brings us up to this level of grace. And we can live here, free from the harassment of the devil. Now, let me say a word about the devil. Because you guys do know, the devil is real. Now, he's not like he appears in those cartoons all red with a pitchfork and those two horns. That's not how he looks. The devil is a cruel dude. Jesus is a cool dude. And that's the basic difference. Now, the devil is very cruel, okay? And the devil exists in this realm of the law and justice. Remember what happens here? Leslie punches my eye out, so what do? I punch her eye out, right? Daphne punches my tooth out, so now I speak like this, and I'm very upset about that. And so I go and punch her tooth out, so she has to speak like this. And that all happens in this realm of justice. And this is where the devil lives, because the Bible calls him the accuser of the brethren. He's the one that's always accusing people. And the moment we sin, and we're living here on this justice level, the moment we sin, the devil screams up to God and he said, he sinned, he told a lie. Now you have to punish him. Your word says that those that sin are not going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Your word says that if we break the law, all these curses shall come upon them. And so the devil goes to God and he says, I have the right to destroy his family, to ruin his finances. Let me at him. And you know what? God doesn't do those things, destroying families and ruining finances. But John 10:10 says, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And he always does it through the law, through people breaking the law. And he makes sure that we reap what we sow. And as long as we're living on this level of the law and of justice, well, we're going to reap what we sow. If we lie and cheat and steal, we got a whole bunch of bad things coming at us. Okay? But our King, our Prince, the one that justifies us is Jesus. And so God can say, no, devil, Jesus paid for that sin. You may not touch them. For they're living in this realm of grace where they get what they don't deserve. And the devil's like, oh, rats. Jesus, foiled again. I love Jesus. And I want you to know something. The devil is not a threat at all to God. See, some people think that it's like God and the devil, and they're fighting it out, and who's going to win? That's not the situation at all. You know, the devil was an angel. So it's like God who dwells, even the light that he dwells in can't even be approached. So it's like, it's impossible. If an enemy tried to step to God, it's like trying to step into the light that God dwells in, and they just kind of melt. Have you ever seen The Wizard of Oz? I'm melting, I'm melting. They can't even approach the light that God dwells in. So there's no enemy that God has that's sort of on his level, right? The devil was just one angel. And of course, there's billions and billions of angels. That's just a side note. But the devil exists in this realm of the law. Now, the Bible says that our enemy, the devil, is roaming about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Can you picture a lion prowling around, looking for who he can pounce on and destroy? Well, I want you to notice something. It says he roams about like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Do you know what that means? That means that there are some that he may not devour. And that's because in this realm of grace, all of the devil's accusations fall flat on the floor. And we can live free from the effects of the devil's tauntings, of his accusations, and of his attacks. Now, that's not to say that bad things won't happen to us. Jesus said in this world we would have trouble, we would have tribulation. But the fact is, as long as we live in this realm of grace, God will carry us through from here all the way to glory. Now, I want to show you what may happen. You may decide you're going to live up in this realm of grace and this realm of forgiveness, and you're going to receive that mercy. You're going to receive that grace. I want to warn you of something. We cannot have grace for ourselves and justice for those that hurt us. See, we can't be forgiven for our sins, but then hold other people's sins against them. It doesn't work like that. So let's say I'm living in this realm of grace and mercy, and I'm living under the waterfall of heaven, living in peace and joy and love and blessing. And then, one day, a very strange-looking person wearing a green hat. No one look over at this side of the room, please, because I'd hate to draw attention to Kimberly. Kimberly comes. Kimberly, won't you come? Kimberly comes, and steals my Palm Pilot while I'm not looking. And then I'm looking for my Palm Pilot, and I know the last time I had it was there, and then she's there, and she's looking pretty suspicious with that green hat on. I mean, where'd she get those purple overalls? And then I notice in her back pocket, I see my Palm Pilot, and I'm like, or is it the front pocket? The front pouch, kangaroo pouch. I see my Palm Pilot, and I'm like, she stole that from me. And I get so mad that I come down here and I decide I'm going to, oh, she kind of looks tough. But that's okay. I get brave and I come over here and I give her one big punch. Boom! See, she went the right way. Did you see that, Leslie? I punched this way, she went down. Again, Jillian's workshop is going to be right there, that exit sign. So she goes down and then I take back my Palm Pilot. Yeah! But you know what happens now? I'm no longer in the realm of grace. Now I'm down here in the realm of justice. And I can't have grace for me and justice for everyone else. I can't receive forgiveness for all my sins, but then hold everyone else's sins against them. And so as soon as I come down here, I can now legally be punished for everything that I've done. Because the fact is, we all have sin. And if we all got what we deserved, whew, that would be ugly. And so I come back down here, and I begin reaping all these negative consequences for my sin. All of a sudden, my finances are all out of whack, and my family is fighting all the time, and all these horrible things are happening. I'm like, well, what's going on? I stepped out of the realm of grace into the realm of justice. We cannot have grace for us and justice for those that hurt us. Oh, I got a question, but you know what? Before I get that question, I actually want to do a bit of a skit right now. I actually want to put on a bit of a play, and to put this play on, I'm going to need some volunteers. Now, let me just see, because the volunteers I pick, I want them to be very well-behaved boys and girls. Just so you know, I never pick monkeys. You know what monkeys are? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I don't go for, let me think. Okay, everyone put your hand down for a moment. I'll tell you what. Before I pick the volunteers, I'm going to explain the play to you, okay? And remember, as I explain it, you're going to be playing one of these parts. Is that all right? Oh, I didn't hear that. Is that okay? Okay. Now, if you have a Bible, I'd like you to turn to Matthew chapter 18. And we're going to begin Matthew 18, verse 23, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you the story, all right? If you want to read along as I say it, that's fine. But kids, I want you to be looking at me because you're the ones that are going to be the volunteers that are going to be up here acting this out. So I need your full attention because you don't know what part you're going to play yet, okay? Now, let me move this out of the way. Okay. Here's what happens in the story, okay? So there's this king, and he's really, really, really rich. And one day, he wants to settle accounts. See, he's got a whole bunch of people that owe him money. So he brings this one guy. Now, picture the king. We might have the king sitting here, and the king has to be very pompous. He's got to be very regal. And the king needs a booming voice as well. So I need someone with a very booming voice. So that might be you. So the king wants to settle accounts, okay? So he calls all these people to him so that they can pay back what they owe him. Well, he calls one guy that literally owes him millions and millions of dollars. Now, in your translation, it might say 10,000 talents. Well, a talent is 80 pounds, okay? So that's 10,000 times 80 pounds of silver. That is a whole lot of money. I got a friend that's got a silver bracelet, and it costs like over $100 for one little bracelet. That doesn't even weigh a pound. Can you imagine 10,000 times 80 pounds of silver? I mean, this guy owed a lot. So he comes up to the king, and he's all scared because he knows that he owes a lot. And while he comes up to his king, he's like, the knees are shaking. So that might be you. I need someone that can shake their knees really well. And he's like, his lips might be. I need someone that can do that as well. So they come before the king, and the king's like, pay me what you owe me. Ha, 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 ha. And the guy's like, can you just give me a little more time, please? And the king's like, no, pay what you owe. And the guy's like, please, please, pretty please. And the guy's such a good beggar. Maybe he even goes on his knees and he's like, please, 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 please. So the person's got to be able to do that. Now, let's be honest, this is a multi-talented actor I'm looking for this role. I got to tell you the truth. Anyway, the guy's begging on his knees, saying, please, please, please. And then the king has compassion for the man. And he says, oh, fine, you know what? Go your way. I forgive you. I release you of the debt. You don't owe me anything. And then this guy on his knees jumps up and he goes, yay! And he might even, as he runs away, do one of these. Aren't those fun? I do those in the mall sometimes. This is shopping. Anyway. Now, this guy that's so happy goes his way. And as he goes away, he finds another person, all right, that owes him about $10,000. Now, in your translation, it might say 100 denarii. What that equates to is about 3 or 4 months' salary, so let's say $10,000, which is no chump change. I mean, that's $10,000. But the guy was just forgiven for about $10 million. So this guy that was just forgiven for so much money finds someone else that owes him $10,000. And what does he do? Does he spread the love? Does he say, hey, guess what? I just got forgiven for 10 mil. I'll forgive you for 10,000. I mean, it would be a good day. Then this guy could go and do one of these too. But this guy doesn't get to go and do one of these. I'm just doing that for fun now. That's just fun. This guy, right, he accuses the guy, and he's like, give me the $10,000 that you owe me. And so this person says, oh, please, forgive me. Just give me a little bit more time and I can pay you back. And this first person that got forgiven so much says, no, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm going to send you to jail until you can pay me everything you owe. And so this guy's like, please. And he falls on his knees now. And now he does one of these lip things. And he's like, please, forgive me. And the guy says, no. And he calls for the jailers to come and take the guy to jail. So, I have another person that I need that owes some money, and then I have the jailers. Now, the jailers, hold on, you got to know this. The jailers, I need 3 very strong boys. I mean, superhuman strength boys. I mean, borderline superheroes. Are there any of those here? Okay, I do have a few superheroes in the crowd. That's good. You guys will be the jailers. You'll come and take that guy away, okay? Now, there's a group of fellow servants watching this whole thing go down. Now, so far, all the roles are boys. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I do see some of the girls being like, what about me? The girls, this is the role that I need from 6 fantastic girls, okay? This is the role. The girls are back here, and they're watching this whole thing play out with the guy that was just forgiven a whole bunch of money, holding it against the guy that owes just a little bit of money. And they're watching this thing. Hand on the hips is really good. They're watching this thing, and they see the guy call for the jailers to take him away. And after the scene plays out and these people leave, the girls step up here, and they go like this. No, 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 no. Now, can I just see if the girls here can do that? Just with your finger. No, 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 no. Oh, man, I got a lot of good. Oh, that's incredible. I've got some amazing performers here. That's good. So that's what the girls do. And the girls go running back to the king, and the girls tell the king what happened. And the king stands up and he says, "What? Bring me that wicked servant." And the wicked servant comes, and the king says, "You should have had mercy on that man because I had mercy on you. Now I'm delivering you up to the tormentors, and you'll be tormented forever." Ha, 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 ha. Now that's a lot of lines for the king. But I hope you caught that. So this guy gets taken away to jail because he didn't have mercy. And the end of the parable, the end of the story is this. Our Father in heaven will not forgive your trespasses if you don't forgive the people that trespass against you. Does that make sense to everybody? I mean, you can't expect forgiveness for you and hold everyone else's sin against them. Is that clear? Okay, so let's play out this skit. The first person I need is a boy to play the role of the king. Now remember, the king needs a booming voice, and he needs a very regal presence. Can I hear some booming voices from some of the boys here? You in the back with that hat on, standing up, you can come. You are the king. You know what? He said, "Bow to me." This is a regal presence, if ever I've seen one. We have our king. Can I hear your booming voice?
Bow to me!
Whoa. Wow. All right. Okay. Next up, I need the servant. Now this is a boy that has to be able to. This is a very put your hand down because you don't. I don't know if you realize how multifaceted this character is. He's got to jump. He's got to click his heels. He's got to shake like this. His lips have got to go. So I'm not sure if do I have anyone in the crowd that is that multi-talented that can do all of those things? Can you do it in the back there? Okay, come on up here. Give a round of applause here to our servant. Multi-talented. This is incredible. Okay, this is good. Now, next up, I need someone else that does a little bit of begging, all right? Doesn't knock the knees that much. He should look at this. Look at the knee knocking here. Look at that. Can you do that one more time? Can we see the knee knocking? Look how incredible that is. That is amazing. So I need someone else, another boy that's going to beg. Oh, sorry, this is a boy that's going to beg. And you know what I think? A boy that's going to beg. I think I will choose. I've never seen begging done so well in my life. Come on up here. Come on up here. That was amazing. Wow. Yep. Okay, that's good. That's good. Can I see your begging again? Whoa! Man! Daphne. I would give him whatever he wanted. I don't know how you... That's incredible. Man. Okay. Now, I need some boys of superhuman strength. Now, I had spoken before to Randy. Randy, where are you? Where are you? Where's Randy? Is he around? He's not here? Okay, that's fine. Now, what happened to the boys that I spoke to before this and we were talking and we were saying that we're going to put on the skit? I don't think... The boys? The boys. Thank you, Kirsten. Okay, superhuman strength. Fubu with the backwards hat, you can come. It's him right there with the superhuman strength. Yeah. No, this is superhero strength. Okay, you can come too. That's fine. Come on up here. That's fine. That's great. And I need one more jailer. You with the red and blue, you can come. That's fine. That's great. Okay, good. And let me see. The person that we're dragging away. You know, I actually need two on each side. So I need one more boy. Why don't you come right here? Yeah, with the blue. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Now, ladies, I need 6 girls, all right? Now show me your thing again. Oh, you right there. That's great. Let me see it again. You two right here. You guys can come. Leah, you can come. With the blue, yeah, you can come too. Yeah. And I need, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. How about you in the blue right there? Yeah, with the blonde hair. That's you. Yeah, come on up here. That's good. Okay. Ladies, I need you over here. The girls, I need you right back here. In a line here. Right back there. That's great. Okay, jailers. Jailers, I'm going to ask you to be behind here. I want you to hide and then spring out and surprise all of us. Okay? How am I going to surprise them, they're asking, if they know where we're hiding? Well, I'll leave that to you. Okay. Where's my king? My king needs a chair. Can I have someone bring us a chair for the king? Actually, a throne, really. That's a throne. That's not a chair. That is a throne. Use your imagination, please. Thank you. You want me to get that for you? You okay? All right. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Wow, look at that. Okay, the king, I want you seated. Actually, yeah, let's get you angled a little bit here so everyone can see you. Right there. That's great. Okay. So, you are going to be over here, all right? You're going to be here talking to the girls, okay? And then he's going to come and he's going to find you. He said, oh, great, girls. They don't have the cooties. I've checked them all out. They're all clean, okay? Don't worry about a thing. Now you, my friend, you're really the star of the show, all right? Now you start on a real up note, but by the end, nobody really likes you because you were very mean. Now in real life, I'm sure you're a very nice person. What's your name?
Ben.
Ben. Okay, Ben, that's good. Ben, you ready to knock the knees and to do the lip thing and all that stuff? Okay, here we go. So, our drama begins. Now, thank you. Thank you. Our drama begins. Now, because not everyone's voice is going to be heard, I may speak the lines in the microphone, and you guys just mouth it. Okay? So that's going to work really well. So I'll hide so that no one's attention is on me. But if you need me to say any more, I'll just watch you and I'll just go with you, okay? So it's going to start. You're very scared. You're walking to the king's presence, and the king is like, pay me what you owe, okay? Wait, don't start yet. Don't start yet. Ready? I want everyone to imagine a curtain right here that's about to lift, and action. Oh, please, please, have mercy on me. Oh, great king, have mercy. I shall have mercy. I shall pardon you. You may go. Yeah! Whoopee! Whoopee! I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain, and it's not even raining. How great is this? Woohoo! 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 Yeah! I feel like doing a backflip. Let's see if I can do a back. No, wait, no! Hey, wait a minute. Who's that guy over there wearing the tie-dye? Hey, that's that man that owes me money. Hey, I pity the fool that owes me money. You got to pay me everything you owe. $10,000 cash. And the Oscar goes to... I ain't gonna have mercy on you. I want that money. Jailers, jailers, come. Jailers, come take him away. Take him into prison. He said, I'm too good to die. Ladies, it's your time to shine. The ladies go, and they tell the king what happened. King, you won't believe this. Remember that man you forgave all that money? I don't know what's going on. The king demands the servant be brought. I forgave you for all that money. Jailers, come get him. Jailers, come get that guy. And the jailers came, and they took him away to be tormented. And that concludes our drama. Easy, easy. Oh, easy. Can I have all actors, please, at the front of the stage to take a bow? All actors to take a bow. Thank you, guys. That was great. You can return to your seats. Oh, that was awesome. You're welcome. Why don't we give them another round of applause as they return to their seats? No problem. Forgiveness is not an option. Forgiveness is not a suggestion. If we do not forgive others, we ourselves will not be forgiven. And so, I want to take a moment just to acknowledge that forgiveness is not saying that what the person that hurt you did was okay. When you forgive someone for some terrible thing that they had done to you, it's not that you're saying, oh, it's okay. It's not that you're saying that what they did is acceptable. What happens when you forgive is that you are handing over that situation to God. And you're trusting that God is big enough and good enough to make all things work together for the good to those that love him and are called according to his purpose. That's Romans 8:28, and that is a promise, a solemn promise. God has said, I am big enough, I am powerful enough, and I am kind enough to make every terrible thing work together for the good. Remember what happened to Joseph? His brothers sold him into slavery. But when Joseph was reconciled to his brothers, he said, what you meant for evil, God turned around for the good. See, some of the terrible things that have happened in our lives, and I know that there's some of us here that have been tremendously hurt, that have had very traumatic things happen to them. And you know what? We're not asking you to say it's okay. What we're asking you to do is to say, God, I trust that you're big enough and that you're good enough to turn this out for my good. And so today, we're going to take some time to forgive all of those that have hurt us. And to release all of those that we've been holding in our own prisons. Although I heard it said that forgiveness is like releasing someone out of prison and then finding out that person is you. You see, unforgiveness comes with bitterness, hatred, and bitterness in the body can literally manifest itself physically as illness. Things like arthritis can manifest themselves in a body just because of the bitterness that that person is holding. And so today, it's time to forgive. It's time to release the people that have hurt us to God. And remember, God says, vengeance is mine, I will repay. He is just. And every wrong that was ever done to you, God will take care of it. And God will make sure that it is dealt with. So we're going to hand over those injustices to God. I want to ask you right now, who do you need to forgive? Who has hurt you? Who have you been holding on to? What name resounds in your heart with the phrase, you owe me? You owe me. Today, God is asking you to let that person go so that he can let you go. He's asking you to let that person free so that you can be free. He's asking you to give that person into his care so that he can take care of it. and so that he can bring his justice rather than you bringing yours. I'd like everyone to close their eyes. I want everyone to repeat a prayer after me. Just say out loud, just say, Father, I want to be free and I want to be forgiven. I want to live in the realm of grace. And I know that I have to give grace to others and give mercy to others and be patient with others so that I too can receive mercy, grace, and forgiveness. So Lord, help me to let go of every grudge, of every piece of unforgiveness, of all bitterness in my heart against any and all that have hurt me. And now I'm going to ask everyone just to stand up on your feet. What I'd like to do is I'd like to spend a moment focusing on families. And so what I'm going to ask everyone to do is I'm going to ask family units to begin to come to the front here, all the way from this side, clear to this side, and come together as a family. And we're going to spend a little time forgiving each other and asking forgiveness for any way that we've hurt each other. And if this area gets full, then we can begin to fill underneath the flags there and those green lines. But I'd like all families just to come together as a unit. And you can come here or you can make your way underneath the flags. If it gets too crowded, we can even begin filling in the back there. And what we're going to do is we're going to begin by asking forgiveness. And you know what we're going to do? And again, if it gets full over here, we've got lots of room underneath the flags there on those green lines, so families can begin going there. And what we're going to ask the families to do is to turn in and face each other, maybe form a bit of a circle or an oval so for some big families. And beginning with the eldest and going down to the youngest, the eldest is going to go around, look every person in their family in the eyes and say, please forgive me for any way that I've hurt you. And remember, today is about giving the free gift of forgiveness to all. And so as that person looks at you and says, please forgive me for any way that I've hurt you, I want you to look back at them and say, I forgive you completely. You don't owe me anything. So the eldest is going to say, please forgive me for any way that I've hurt you, to every person in the family unit, and the person that's receiving that is going to say, I forgive you for everything. You don't owe me anything. So it's going to begin with the eldest, and we'll go all the way down to the youngest. And you'll say it to each unit, each member in your family. So you can begin that now.
Son of God, risen from the dead, Emmanuel, beginning and the end, King of kings, healer
I just sense that God is doing some beautiful things in families. And we also feel that as parents are asking for forgiveness from their kids, that there's this sense from the parents like, oh, I've really blown it. I've missed it in some ways. I've made some real mistakes and I've hurt my kids. I'm not perfect. And I just want you to know, and I ask the kids to do something for the parents too. But parents, first I want you to know something. The grace of the Lord is sufficient for you, and you are not a failure. No one is perfect. There's not a perfect a parent on the planet. Only the Heavenly Father is. And so parents, I really sense that you need to forgive yourself and to release yourself from any condemnation that you might have taken on. You need to forgive yourself and release yourself and accept the fact that no, you haven't been perfect, but God is the perfect Heavenly Father, and He's able to turn around all those things for the good. But children, beginning with the eldest child and going down to the youngest, I want you to turn to each of your parents, and I want you to say to each one, maybe begin with your mom, if your mom is here, and just say, Mom, I love you, and you really have been a great mom. And I want you to look in your mom's eyes, and each child say that to the mom. And say it with a smile, and then give your mom a hug. And then go to the father. Well, I want to encourage everyone to be gentle with each other and to be kind to each other and use loving words with each other. And make sure that as you joke around with each other, which is a wonderful thing to do, be sensitive and be gentle and be kind. And just know that there's certain words that you might mean as a joke, but other people might find hurtful. So be gentle with each other and love each other and be kind to each other. Well, it is now lunchtime, so you are dismissed from this meeting, and soaking will begin again at 2 o'clock. See you here at 2 o'clock for some soaking.
See if there be any wicked way in me. Holy Spirit, you are my guide. You are my teacher. Oh, teach me and guide me. Guide me to your guide me to the heart of my Father. Guide me of Jesus Christ, Son of God. Elohim, God in your fullness, guide me until I am one with you. And when I am lost, find me, O God. Keep me in your hands. You are my shepherd. I will not want. Let's see. Jesus, you are praying for me. Day and night, you are interceding. Jesus, you are praying for me. Day and night, you are speaking words of life. My praise, you know how I get weak. All of my wanderings and the places I hide when I just can't find my faith. Jesus,